So yeah, Chloe here, co-founder of the MarmaJ Foundation, I guess CEO as well. Generally streaming here though for MarmaJ Labs and the MarmaJ Research DAO. Using my face again, although hopefully very soon using a tube model of MarmaJ-chan to kind of take the place of my voice. But I feel like having my face here for now allows Ernest, our video editor, and hopefully Crypto Joshi, or Rui, to kind of see, where MarmaJ-chan might be, how MarmaJ-chan might be animated and explaining things that are happening on screen. So eventually in this box, I will remove myself, and eventually you could just put MarmaJ-chan directly on top of me. So this box can just be kind of completely covered with MarmaJ-chan would be awesome, and my voice could be overtaken by an emulated voice of MarmaJ-chan, and then hopefully that can help kind of continue to grow out the MarmaJ-chan brand. But today, right now for this stream, I'm going to be talking about the MarmaJ stNEAR farm for the month of December. So there is a MarmaJ token. It is a fund distribution token the MarmaJ Foundation, MarmaJ DAO uses specifically to distribute funding to community members, generally for partaking in either supporting the community or other social good initiatives. Sometimes donating to social good projects, sometimes funding developers, building projects. But that's the main use of the token. And I do also have this farm so that we can kind of educate about how DeFi works and how smart contracts work in this way, where you can have fungible tokens that are kind of in a pool and distributed to liquidity providers of a certain tokens, and how using stNEAR to secure the NEAR blockchain and secure the network and actually provide more stake to validators that are validating transactions on the blockchain with stNEAR. And then by pairing that with the MarmaJ token so that the fund distribution mechanism is more efficient, there can be some kind of, I guess you can call it an incentive model, but in my opinion, it's some way to kind of distribute utility tokens for other projects or platforms. And the rewards actually, I guess, going from top to bottom, you have Cheddar, which is a community project. It's a kind of a rewards token as well. And the idea is that there's different games you can use with the Cheddar token and hopefully learn about blockchain interactions through that. So we have that token going out as rewards. There's also the MarmaJ token, which again, hopefully helps people continue to distribute to where they see fit as like a fun, learning about fund distribution, or allows people to continue to get involved with the MarmaJ farm and decentralized finance on NEAR and understanding these types of tools without having to then, purchase some MarmaJ. It's something that they can just play around with as more of a educational tool. Then you have the Aurora token, which is kind of a shard on NEAR or a smart contract on NEAR. Basically, it is an Ethereum virtual machine. It allows you to get Ethereum-like, an Ethereum-like environment, but on the NEAR blockchain. It uses Ethereum as gas fees for those transactions, and you can use like Solidity to write your smart contracts. So for a lot of people, it's a way to get involved with the NEAR ecosystem, but still have an Ethereum-like environment. And so if people in the MarmaJ community find that interesting, they're able to take these Aurora tokens, get involved with staking those Aurora tokens, to get involved with governance on Aurora, hopefully in the near future. And then hopefully that's kind of a way to kind of educate about DAOs and community governance, and how do you start governing some of these public goods like the Aurora smart contract as a community member and as a governance token holder. There's the REF token that the REF DAO, REF community gives to this farm and to distribute. We have the Aurora token that we got to send over, right? Using this script here. And we have the MarmaJ token to send over using the script here. So it's around, the math kind of exactly is here. And you can kind of see how it breaks up per week. 81.9 MarmaJ per week, 81.9 Aurora per week, and 81.9 XREF per week. So it's pretty straightforward to see where these funds come from. This is the MarmaJ Foundation's vault. This is the Aurora tokens it currently has, just kind of from investing in the Aurora sale, I guess a year or so ago. And so in the portfolio, we can just kind of come to the Aurora and we can just withdraw some reward. So we can just say, okay, let's withdraw 400 Aurora. Keep it super simple. And, so hopefully straightforward as to where these rewards are coming from. If anyone asks, where are the rewards coming from in Aurora from the farm? There's more Aurora tokens we have on the Aurora chain. To take part in governance, the idea is that we're hoping to try and like govern this public good in the future, and hopefully, you know, continue to steer it towards success and then, you know, like lasting for a long time as a useful tool in the NEAR ecosystem. MarmaJ.near account has those Aurora tokens sitting there, and you know, we can come here and we can we have some XREF as well. We have the 400 Aurora, and then we can kind of say, okay, take the Aurora and send the max amount, continue to a certain address. Now here is, you know, if you're asking like, why am I sending it somewhere? It's because I got to run this script. So let's go to the Aurora token script. This script shows you how to deposit rewards to your farm. Note that the let your F team if you want to change something, yada yada yada. But basically, it's on mainnet. You're interacting with boostfarm.ref.labs.near. You have a little TGAS amount. You know, you have the token you're using, which is the Aurora token .factory.bridge.near because it was bridged from Ethereum. You have, you know, some more zeros, just saying, hey, when I say 16 zeros, I mean 16 zeros. So you export your person. So this is actually my account.near. So I have to change this to whatever account I'm going to use for this. So that's kind of the important part here. So yeah, remember that. This is the pool we're using, obviously MarmaJ stNEAR. This is the farm ID. So this is the actual token, the token number 5. This is how much it is daily. So it says, you know, 1170, it's 11.7. And again, just telling you it's 31 days in the month of December. And so, you know, a daily amount times 31. And this is the call. So NEAR call, token ID. Token ID is this. FT transfer call is the function. Receiver ID is boost, which is up here, which is the fun. And so you can kind of see how it all pieces together. But pretty much, you take this, I don't really do it like this. I should take this to VS Code. Do not take this to VS Code. I like showcasing this because this is literally how I do it. There's better ways to do it, 100% chance, but I just take this, I put chloe.near generally, right? Everything else stays relatively the same, so hopefully it's clear. We're going on mainnet, boost farm, this is the gas, this is the token, chloe.near is going to be sending it. Token ID of Aurora, FT transfer call, receiver ID, amount, reward, farm ID, and all the information's there. And then I just kind of send it, right? And then I know this one is for Aurora, and it's actually all here written out appropriately. And then again, I can go back to this farm here. Again, I don't think we're going to send more XREF. I think I already sent it. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I did. And if I have to go back and check, I can, which is really cool. But anyways, for now, I'm not going to go back and check. I'm just going to assume that I already sent the XREF and that I don't need to send more because I'm pretty sure I sent it. Yeah, here we are. Please contact us if you have any problems. So this is the MarmaJ script. It's a bit more complicated because it has the MarmaJ stNEAR tokens and the ref WNEAR farm, so 2 farms in here. But it is pretty much exactly the same. All I have to really change here is the account. So chloe.near. And then everything else honestly stays exactly the same. I'm just gonna have to put more MarmaJ. Oh, I don't like when it does that. Anyways, I'm gonna have to put more MarmaJ than the original amount. And I think it did some weird thing. Sometimes I'm gonna have to hit edit when I do this one and copy and paste it from here. Let's see. No. There's like some bars here or something that, let's see. It's very annoying when it does this. There's like, yeah, there's 2 bars before true. So 2 bars, then true, then 2 bars, and then true. And then in the saved messages, the 2 bars are removed. And so it actually won't work like this, sadly. You have to actually, so frustrating. Bar, and that should work. And then tgas, bar, and actually, I'm gonna save it. That might work. if I copy and paste it like that. We'll see. Anyways, so that's how I get the Aurora. We're at the MarmaJ DAO. You can go to the funds and you can see that there is 9,000 MarmaJ tokens here. So we can submit a proposal. Let's submit a proposal saying, you know, ref December farm MarmaJ stNEAR MarmaJ. A little token. And so it's going to be in MarmaJ. And again, to keep things really simple, we know we're going to send back whatever we don't use, right? So typically, right, we know the exact amount. We can just send an amount and send it back. So for example, for the Aurora tokens, we sent 400. We'll do the calculation. We'll show how there's a certain amount left. We can send back the 400 back to the either to the DAO or the multi-call, or back to Burrow. Technically is the simplest. Eventually, hopefully all this stuff gets automated. But the idea is even when it's automated, it's probably gonna have to be a little buffer either way. Not a buffer of like 20 tokens, but a buffer of, let's say, 1 token, just so that the math works with the rounding. You don't have to worry about that. Okay, so we have this link. We are gonna put this link in here, just so it's clear to everyone what's going on, why these tokens are moving. And so for example, we know it's 362, and then we could even just like keep this like the simplest possible. And we know that the other amount is what, 2.7? I think it's 2.7. And if my math is off, we can actually just double check, because I can just go to all and go here and say that's incorrect. Like, I don't know. That just looks weird. I think it's not, or is it? Oh, 19 point. Is it? Okay, just give me a bunch of decimals now. Okay, that was really confusing for a second. So 19 per week. So yeah, 2 point something, right? So let's just take this away. Oops. Why is it? Okay. 2 point that times 31 is this number, 84 point this, right? And for some reason it's being a but plus 362.7. 362.7. I do my math in Google, man. So this is the exact amount. So, if we wanted to only have a small buffer, which is totally fine, we could withdraw, for example, like 400, and I would still have I like having a buffer, because my math is usually just off by like a digit or two. I just learned to just send 3 extra tokens. But I know that, like, yeah, probably shouldn't do that forever, but I just send whatever's left over back, and yeah. But anyways, that is where the amount would come from. So 450, and so again, this is all public. 450, right? To make sure there's enough. MarmaJ, and that's kind of the contract going to chloe.near. Why that account? Again, I always just Google this. So again, I legit just Googled NEAR credentials, which is the command that you have to type in. I go to the first thing in the CLI or in Google. I go Control F. I type in, cred. It takes me to NEAR credentials. I copy and paste the command. I go to my terminal, and then I literally just NEAR credentials. And then you can kind of ls and see like where you want to go. So I want to go to mainnet, so CD, hit M, and then hit tab, just to kind of see mainnet. And then for mainnet, it'll, what accounts am I logged into? I'm logged into, maxime.near, I'm logged into marmaj.pool. These are kind of the keys I have here. So Chloe, I also have Bianca here. I guess I was doing some testing. And you can delete these keys too, but no. So for now, just again to show what's here, chloe.near is here. So I know I'm logged into Chloe on this account, meaning I can call these types of scripts and that say, okay, the account is chloe.near. I can run this type of a script here. So I'm gonna clear so that I don't accidentally, cat something. or some kind of weirdness that I might tend to do when I'm streaming. But when chloe.near has enough tokens to send out, these functions will work on this terminal because there is the private key and public key and all the information needed to sign the transactions on this computer, on this machine. And so let's make sure we have the tokens in MarmaJ first. So this is the first point, 450 going to Chloe. This should be good enough. We're going to propose this to the MarmaJ DAO. Then we are going to make sure, because of the browser, the ledger's connected, we're going to approve the transaction. I have a ledger, so it's going to make me pay a storage deposit just in case chloe.near has never held MarmaJ tokens before. It obviously has, but the DAO has no way of knowing that, so it makes me pay a little storage deposit. And then it says, okay, you know what? You can add the proposal. Proposal is now added, and now I'm able to vote on the proposal. So first things first, I will vote from MarmaJ.near. So I'm logged in right now as MarmaJ.near. I'm also logged in as like Chloe the Dev randomly. That's kind of weird. I haven't used that account in a long time. There you go. Connect ledger again. Vote, and again I can just vote from my ledger and approve. I also have my handy dandy phone right here where I'm logged into chloe.near. Obviously you saw I'm logged into chloe.near on this device as well that I'm currently using. And so obviously there's multiple ways that I can vote with chloe.near on this proposal. I can also ask my wonderful wife in the other room to vote on this proposal. And so there is no decentralization in terms of decision making in a lot of these proposals. Now, when we talk about the members of the MarmaJ DAO, we could have, like, again, Chloe's voted over 1,000 times.